Daniel Goleman revealed the emotional intelligence secrets that separate average people from high performers. And it all starts with one skill most people completely ignore. Most of us were never taught how to handle emotions in real life. That's where emotional intelligence steps in, and it's more practical than you think. These 5 emotional intelligence components have helped countless people transform their relationships, advance their careers, and finally feel in control of their emotional responses. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap for developing each of these game-changing skills. Why this matters? Here's what's crazy about emotional intelligence. Research shows it accounts for 58% of job performance across all industries. Even more striking, 90% of top performers have high EQ. Your emotional intelligence might literally be more important than your IQ when it comes to real-world success. So if you're ready to master the 5 core components that can change everything about how you navigate relationships and challenges, this is where it starts. Let's break down the 5 skills that emotionally intelligent people use daily and how you can start practicing them today. So what exactly is emotional intelligence? Think of it as your emotional GPS system. Just like GPS helps you navigate from point A to point B without getting lost, emotional intelligence helps you navigate the complex world of human feelings and social interactions without losing your cool or damaging relationships. Emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, both your own and those of the people around you. But here's what makes EQ so powerful. It's not about suppressing emotions or being nice all the time. Instead, it's about developing emotional awareness and using that insight to make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and respond to challenges with clarity rather than chaos. The beautiful thing about emotional intelligence, unlike IQ, which stays pretty much the same throughout your life, your EQ can be developed and improved at any age. Now let's break down the 5 components that make up emotional intelligence. Think of these as 5 instruments in an orchestra. Master all 5, and you'll have the emotional skills to handle almost any situation life throws at you. Component 1, self-awareness. Self-awareness is your foundation. This is your ability to understand your emotions as they happen and recognize how they affect your thoughts and behavior. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, feeling your frustration building. Instead of just being angry at the slow cars, you catch yourself and think, okay, I'm stressed about being late to this meeting, but taking it out on other drivers won't help. That's self-awareness in action. You're recognizing the real emotion underneath the surface reaction. When you develop this level of emotional intelligence, you stop being a mystery to yourself. Component 2, self-regulation. Once you're aware of your emotions, self-regulation is your ability to manage them effectively. This doesn't mean bottling up feelings. It means choosing how to express them in ways that are appropriate and constructive. Think of self-regulation like having emotional breaks. You feel the anger or frustration, but instead of immediately reacting, you pause and choose your response. Maybe you take a deep breath. Maybe you say, I need a minute to process this. Or maybe you channel that energy into solving the problem instead of creating more drama. Component 3, motivation. This component goes way beyond external rewards. It's about having internal drive, optimism, and commitment to your goals even when things get tough. People with high emotional intelligence are motivated by personal growth, not just external validation. Here's what this looks like. You get rejected from a job you really want. Instead of spiraling or giving up, you feel disappointed, but you don't let that disappointment drive your next decision. You ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? That's emotional maturity powering your motivation. Component 4, empathy. Empathy is your ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's what helps you pick up on unspoken emotions, read between the lines in conversations, and respond to people's needs even when they haven't explicitly stated them. But real empathy isn't about absorbing everyone's emotions until you're drained. It's about understanding without losing yourself in the process. When someone says, I'm fine, but their body language says otherwise, your empathy helps you recognize the disconnect and respond appropriately. Component 5, social skills. This is where everything comes together. Social skills involve using your emotional awareness to build relationships, communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and influence others in positive ways. You can't have strong social skills without empathy, and self-regulation becomes crucial when you're navigating tricky conversations. People with developed social skills create environments where others feel comfortable being themselves. They know how to address tension without making anyone feel attacked. They influence through understanding, not manipulation. Now, you can't talk about emotional intelligence without mentioning Daniel Goleman, the psychologist who brought this concept into mainstream consciousness with his best-selling 1995 book, Emotional Intelligence. Goleman's research was revolutionary because it challenged the traditional belief that cognitive intelligence was the primary predictor of success. His work showed that emotional intelligence often matters more than raw intellectual ability, especially in leadership roles and interpersonal relationships. Goleman demonstrated that emotionally intelligent people excel in four key domains: self-awareness and self-management, which are your personal competencies, and social awareness and relationship management, which are your social competencies. What makes Goleman's theory so compelling is the data behind it. His research found that emotional intelligence accounts for 58% of job performance across all industries, and 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. This isn't just feel-good psychology. It's practical science that explains why some people thrive while others struggle, regardless of their technical skills or education level. So what do emotionally intelligent people actually look like in real life? You probably know a few without even realizing it. These are the people who seem to have a special knack for handling difficult situations with grace. First, they listen more than they speak. Instead of waiting for their turn to talk, they genuinely focus on understanding what others are saying and feeling. They stay curious about emotions rather than judging them. They approach feelings with questions like, "Why am I feeling this way?" or "What might be behind their reaction?" They admit their mistakes quickly because they don't let ego get in the way of growth. When they mess up, they acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward without dwelling on shame or blame. They manage stress without losing their cool because they have healthy coping strategies. They read the room instinctively, picking up on subtle social cues like a change in tone, crossed arms, or a forced smile, and they adjust their approach accordingly. These traits aren't innate superpowers. They're learned skills that anyone can develop with practice and intention. The good news about emotional intelligence? You can start strengthening it today with simple, practical exercises. Start with the pause. Before reacting to any emotional situation, take a breath and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why? This simple habit builds self-awareness and gives you space to choose your response. Practice the name it to tame it technique. When you notice an emotion, put a specific label on it. Instead of "I feel bad," try "I feel disappointed" or "I feel overwhelmed." Research shows that naming emotions actually reduces their intensity and helps you process them more effectively. Become an emotional detective with others. Throughout your day, pay attention to the emotional undercurrents in conversations. Notice body language, tone of voice, and what people aren't saying. Practice reflecting back what you observe. Keep an emotion journal. Spend 5 minutes each evening writing about the emotions you experienced that day. What triggered them? How did you handle them? This builds self-awareness and helps you spot patterns. Practice empathy through perspective taking. When someone irritates you, try to understand their point of view. What pressures might they be under? This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but it helps you respond with wisdom rather than react with anger. Set emotional goals alongside your regular goals. Maybe you want to get better at staying calm during conflicts, or become more skilled at giving feedback. Treat these emotional skills like any other skill you practice, with intention and consistency. Emotional intelligence isn't just a nice-to-have skill. It's essential for thriving in our increasingly connected world. Whether you're navigating workplace dynamics, strengthening personal relationships, or simply trying to understand yourself better, these 5 components give you a roadmap for growth. Remember, developing your EQ is a journey, not a destination. Every conversation is an opportunity to practice empathy. Every challenging emotion is a chance to build self-awareness. Every conflict is an opportunity to improve your social skills. If this video helped you understand emotional intelligence better, Hit that like button and subscribe for more content on personal development and communication skills. In the comments below, tell me which of the 5 components resonates most with you and what aspect of emotional intelligence you most want to improve. Your future self and everyone around you will thank you for investing in these emotional skills. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.